to this episode of Wasting All the Time, Level 3. My name is Dave, and I will be your host for this episode. Joining me are two of the three cohorts, Cody.
It's me.
And John.
Hey, I'm John.
Jess remains on special assignment.
Mm-hmm.
This is an improv comedy podcast consisting of a few segments in this case. We will begin with a monologue-ish segment that will inspire a scene, and then the other two of us will bring some sort of game or activity for the group to participate in.
You better bring it.
And then we'll be done. I promise we will be done after that.
Or will we?
So, let's kick it off with Cody's words of wisdom. Welcome to Cody's words of wisdom. Soak up the knowledge.
If your button isn't working, you need to bash that little fucker like it owes you money. Take your fist, wind it up like you're a cartoon character, but don't hit it. That's what they think's gonna happen. You need to take all your fingers off one by one and put little rockets in the back so they fly out at you like a little anime boss. You're thinking, oh no, who's gonna press this button? Nobody's gonna press the button. The button is on hiatus. The button went on Oprah for 5 minutes and thought to itself, you know what? I can do better than this. I don't need Jerry Rice on the sidelines telling me what tattoos to get. You don't, button. You don't, because that tattoo ink is not going to stain your skin. It's going to stain your soul. And you know who stains souls? Stains soul havers at Macy's. That's right. They're in line waiting for all that shit in their deals. And you're like, oh, I'm going to get socks at 80% off. Fuck you. No, you're not. You're going to get tattoos at your soul off. And when you show up in hell, you're going to put a little butter on that burn. There will be no butter in hell. I'll tell you what. They have. I can't believe it's not damnation.
What? Oh, all right. Everybody out. Come on. Roommate meeting. Roommate meeting.
I don't wanna.
This is ridiculous. Who's been touching the thermostat again? Admit it.
It gets really hot in here.
Cody, it was you?
Yeah. No. Yeah. It gets really hot in here.
We agreed. Okay? We all voted on what temperature we should keep the apartment at, and then we took the average of those three. It's fair. We all agreed. So it's 82. That's what we decided.
Well, I want to change my vote then. I didn't know it was the average. I thought we were just...
You voted for 67.
Yeah. That's where I'm comfy.
Yes, and I voted for 120.
See? Throw off the average. It's bullshit. I want to change my vote to 0.
You can't get more fair than average.
Then I'm changing my vote. I'm changing my vote to 0.
That's ridiculous. That's not even possible.
We already signed the agreement. You can't change your vote after the agreement has been signed.
You can't prove... Shut up.
John has a very good sort of legalistic argument there.
Well then let's have a new vote.
A new vote? You mean a new deal?
Yes, okay. FDR, a new deal. Let's do that.
John, just because you're over here as an exchange student, like, we are Americans, okay? So for us, the New Deal is like old news. It's you keep pointing out like Americanisms as if they're this big deal.
Well, I mean, to someone who comes from where I do it is a big deal.
Okay, but just don't expect a reaction. Although I guess I'm giving you one. Shit.
Yeah. You played right into his hands, man.
Let me pull out the contract. Let's see.
I'm just saying. If we're going to vote wherever we want.
I'm just going to go through all of the clauses.
Watching you, John. With your fancy accent and your dark clothes and your things with blood in them. I just don't get it.
Okay. It says that with a quorum.
What's a quorum?
I'm going to have to look that up. We are allowed to vote to reset the temperature.
All right, then.
But we will be doing it with the same methodology.
Good.
So we will all vote for what temperature we think it is, and then we will do the average.
Fine. Great. Excellent. Perfect. Amazing. Glorious. Fantabulous. Oh, frabjous day. Let's fucking do it.
All right. Here you go. Let's all get a little slip of paper.
Mm-hmm.
John, you can take off your ridiculous bowler cap, and we will put all the slips of paper into there so that we can pull them out sort of anonymously.
Always happy to oblige.
And stop opening your umbrella inside, would you? It's bad luck.
Well, some of us, if we didn't have bad luck, we'd have no luck at all, wouldn't we?
I don't know that to be true.
What does that mean in context?
That's what makes it so hard to understand for me, is the context. Okay. All right. The slips are all in. All right. I'm going to draw them because I don't trust you, Cody.
That's insulting and fair.
All right. The first one, it reads 0. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What does K mean?
I mean, I don't know who wrote that, but I am a man of science. It stands for Kevlar, like the bulletproof vest. It means zero therms can get through. So it's like protecting.
Are you sure?
No heat. I don't know. Whoever wrote it, ask them. Fuck, I don't know. Shit, it could have been anyone.
It's anonymous. I can't, can I? All right. Well, 0 something. All right. This one is written in very fine handwriting, and it says 250 degrees C.
C.
Okay.
Who even uses that anymore? It should be thrown out. It's anachronistic. It's archaic. It doesn't make any sense.
This one is mine. We all know it's mine. It says 82. F. I can't convert units of different kinds. So I don't know where the fuck we got to with this.
So, in the spirit of compromise, let's just choose one at random and set it to that. Yeah.
Okay.
Just, any old...
First one I grabbed, 82. Cool.
That backfired.
I was holding on to it already. So there we go.
Touche. Okay.
Oh no,
Dave! It's like you read my fucking mind. When I said 0, it was like, oh, the character is saying 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, it's really cold. And then you were like 0K. I was like, oh, episode 0. He fucking got it. I was like, but I could play this up a little bit. 0 Kevlar.
All right. Well, thank you for the wonderful inspiration, Cody. That was fun.
Absolutely. Happy to help you. I love it.
And that's right, folks. I'm back on my bullshit describing every segment as fun. We're going to move on to the next segment now, which is mine. That is correct. Dave is my name, and the segment is mine. This week, I am bringing a game that we have played a couple times before. We just made it up. It's not even really a game, but it kind of is, but it isn't. It's more just fun.
Hey, wait a minute.
I didn't hear that until I said it. All right. This is called Thanksgiving Grace, where we will be offering up our prayers of Thanksgiving. And we will each of us be contributing kind of in a sequence, and we'll see what comes of that. Does anyone particularly want to begin this sequence of prayer? All right, I will. It is my segment after all.
Mm.
No, only after one. John's is next.
Dear leader,
Wow.
thank you so much for all of the blessings you have put upon this here group of people, this men's group. We do so much appreciate the bountiful harvest that is our friendship, and we love to grow under your supervision. Thank you, dear leader.
Dear leader, we are thankful for your leadership. We are happy that you are our leader and that you lead us to the things that we do, because we could not lead ourselves, as has been proven countless times, to ourselves by ourselves. And thank you for providing some kind of structure that prevents us from making those mistakes again, especially the one with all the paint cans and the river. That was a bad one, and I am still paying the fines. So thank you, dear leader, for making it so that that is not a thing that I will be doing again through your leadership.
Thank you, dear leader.
Thank you, dear leader. Thank you for your leadership. Yep. That's a big one. You know what? Thank you for your leadership again. Twice as good, twice as many thanks, I suppose. Thank you for rules. Gotta have rules. If a man can't follow rules with his fellow men, well, then he ain't a man, and he ain't being led by you and your leadershipness. And so them's mighty good rules that we all has to follow. We gets to follow them's rules from you, amazing leader. Thank you for the leadership. I don't know if I mentioned that at the beginning, but thank you for the leadership. It's real nice. That's 4 times now. It's got to count for something. So, and thank you for letting us know which ones is good rules and bad rules. Thank you for letting us know that if you follow a good rule, that inherently means you're a good person, despite other bad rules you may have followed in the past. But now, you got your leadership. You got us telling us what to do, being good persons, peoples, men's, without a care in the world. So we don't appreciate that, dear leader. Thank you. Thanks a heckin' bunch. Big cup of thanks.
Thank you. Dear leader, of course, I thank you for your leadership. I'm going to say that outright. I thought I implied it before, but I'm just going to make it explicit. Thank you for your leadership. And yes, of course, we thank you for your lessons, dear leader. I personally want to thank you for teaching me that I am not made of the stuff that is for good leadership. And at first I thought that I could run this establishment without establishing rules. And we kind of went no rules Outback Steakhouse, and it didn't work. Then I thought, well, okay, I will fix it and I will put in rules, and I kind of overcompensated, and there were too many, and some of them were bad, and I wanted the group to be well led, and that's why I bought all that lead paint, and we did have to get rid of it, and we did it wrong, dear leader. We did it very wrong. And so thank you for that lesson that we will be paying for a long time, amortized over decades. And, well, we are much better off now with your leadership, which I thank you for 6 times. And, Basically, we wouldn't be here today if it weren't for you. We would still be in jail. So, dear leader, thank you.
Yes, thank you, dear leader, for our freedom to live beneath your control instead of the control of the federal government. Yours is an easier yoke to bear. And thank you, dear leader, for teaching me that there are multiple meanings of the word yoke, because I was very confused about why we was talking about eggs all the time. And now I know we are not talking about eggs. So thank you, dear leader, for that lesson. It's a very important lesson that I have learned, that not everything has to do with eggs, except for the your instructions, your rules regarding omelets. That is about eggs, and thank you for those, because that is a delicious omelet. So thank you, dear leader, for that. And and may you bless these omelets we will be making for the pancake breakfast this Saturday.
Fundraiser.
Fundraiser. Oh, well, dear leader, thank you so much. Thank you. Honestly, you know what? I mean, thanks for leadership off the bat, Natch. And you know what, dear leader? Thank you for them punishments. That is right and just and proper. I mean, hoo-wee. Boy, dang, if we didn't have these punishments to tell us what not to do after we done not did it, I don't think we ever done not do it again. So thank you. Thank you for that. I mean, I got my hat got tanned because I done wrong, and that punishment done taught me right. That punishment from because it's from the leader, inherently good. Punishment comes from someone else. Maybe not. Maybe so. Leader, you got it right. You got the maybe not the heaviest hammer, but goddamn if it ain't the most perfect weight for dropping on a man what done wrong, with the rule breaking and the heart breaking and the window breaking and the other breaking things. Anyways, the details are important. Leader, you know it all the way anyway. I don't even say it out loud. You done punished for it. I need to tell you again because you done got it. So I'm gonna limp back to the table. Thank you, dear leader, because it's punishments. We know it. Good stuff. Thank you, leadership. Thanks a bunch.
Thank you, dear leader. Thank you for your leadership. 8. We definitely appreciate the hammer. Boy, we love the hammer so much. It smarts, right? But it is just, and we do accept that all of your leadership rules are right and just and proper and okay and above board. We won't question none of it because we owe you so much, dear leader. And we do hope that you will drop by this Saturday for the Pancake Breakfast fundraiser that will help dig us out of debt. And if you wouldn't mind telling a few of your friends, that would really help, because last time you did that, boy, we were filled to capacity. Ran out of pancakes real quick. But we did find a workaround. We did. I ain't saying how we made those other pancakes.
What the fuck?
But let's just say we were inspired, dear leader. Thank you.
Dear leader, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for
9.
For the inspiration that saved our most recent pancake breakfast. Thank you for putting that unfortunate person right where you did at that moment. And thank you for making that unfortunate person already deceased at the time, so we were not forced to sully our hands with the blood of the innocent. Thank you, dear leader, for not having a rule about this particular thing that we did to make it through the pancake breakfast.
Jesus.
And thank you for I assume it was you that made people taste kind of like pork.
Do we say amen? I can't remember.
I
Thank
suppose
you,
we
dear
could.
leader.
We could.
Thank you for your leadership,
Dear
Tim.
leader, amen. I snuck it in there.
Ding.
Holy shit.
Oh.
Thank you for not having a rule.
Oh.
Fucking phenomenal.
God, that was fun. Lovely, wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. Okay, we have one more segment that we are going to do, and that is going to be delivered to us, led by Yay. I just said led by John. So John, it's time for your segment.
Hey there. So I have brought a game we haven't played for quite some time. I think at least 5 years. If we ever played it at all. And it is called Chat Show. So this game, one player is the host of a popular chat show who interviews their star guests. Players must accept every statement that the host makes as true. No quote unquote corrections allowed. The host may ask the guests to read a selection from their book, show a clip from their TV show or movie, or other such thing.
Yeah, I don't remember if we did ever actually play this.
Yeah. Well, thank you all for joining us this afternoon. My name is Brent Spirals. And joining me today on our show is going to be the showrunners of the popular television show going right now on the USB. It's a show about all kinds of interesting things like leprechauns, communism, and the 1930s. And and the showrunners here are Miles Goff and Alfred Miller. Welcome to the show.
Hi there.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here.
Yes. So, a show about communist leprechauns in the 1930s. Obviously, that has ended up being a great concept. Was it a hard sell, though, to the network?
Well, no, I've been around the block a few times, and we worked together to sort of really hone this idea. Miles came to me with the seeds of a great idea, and I took it and I spun it into just Hollywood gold and really sold it. We literally sold it.
It's true he did. The man can sell his way through anything.
Oh, thanks, Miles. Thank you. That's my biggest supporter.
I have to believe in him.
Yeah, contractually.
Yes, Alfred. Speaking of selling, yes, you did have that big story recently where you managed to outsell everyone else in the celebrity baking show.
That was right.
Exciting.
Yes, I did manage to perform a little subterfuge, a little bit of interference with other people's entries, and which made mine the default winner, and I sold the most. And by the way, call me Al. I really came out on top on that one. Sold the most. The most ever on that episode.
And of snickerdoodles of all things.
Yeah, I did. I stopped by Costco and I did find some snickerdoodles that were, I made snickerdoodles and everyone loved them. And it's an old family recipe. Inspired by my great grandma who lived, of course, through the Depression.
Yes, thank you for bringing up Snickerdoodle Gate, actually. I did want to talk about that. So, yes, you were accused of just buying the Snickerdoodles from Costco and passing them off as your own baking. Was your Was your great grandmother a frequent Costco shopper, or
She invented it.
she invented Costco? Your great grandmother.
My great grandmother, an immigrant, first generation, and when they went through Ellis Island, their name got changed to Costco. And so she came up with these cookie ideas, and that's the recipe. And Grandma, thank you so much for your inspiration all these years later. It's pouring out for my grandma, folks. Let's pour one out.
She's a real one.
It's the
Well, I don't know why you put these mugs out here if we can't use them.
For drinking out of. But Miles, let's turn to you. So I understand that you grew up in Ireland yourself.
That's true.
Yes, and that a lot of the storylines in this show are you know taken from experiences you actually lived. Like for example, the episode about the wood stump and hiding the drugs in the wood stump. That was something that you and your friends did on many occasions, I understand.
Oh, yes, multiple occasions. We had to be clever to not get caught with drugs, because not only are they, illegal in general, but in Ireland, in our little town of Shavamore, they are incredibly illegal. Like, you don't get a trial. You don't get... They just like, drugs, executed. That's it. No, nothing. So we had to be, super careful. It's like, oh, where are you putting this? Putting it right over here? Okay. And that kind of turned into a game, because then it could be like, oh, if I can hide the drugs from the constabulary, can I hide them from my friends as well? And then I end up with more drugs. That was the lesson at the end of that episode. That's where that came from, was Sean Dempsey OD'd. Tragic. But we got some good material out of it. For the show, even though he's dead.
Right. Yeah, I did want to talk about that. Sean Dempsey, obviously the lead in the first 2 seasons of the show, tragically taken from us much too young an age. But then his replacement, Jill Marcroft, doing really, really well. You kind of had a repilot season in season 3, but it's going well now. She's got her leprechaun sidekick, and they're talking. They're doing missions for Dr. Scratch, who's be honest, Dr. Scratch is the devil, right?
Yes, 100%. I was going to give you a little bit and be like, oh no, a lot of people think that. No, he is 100%.
I knew it. I knew he was the fucking devil.
Not like a character representation of the devil. He is the actual devil on the show, like from hell, on television.
Fantastic. That's the kind of thing we need more of,
That's goddamn right. He's fantastic to work with. We have to tell everyone in the cast and crew, don't sign anything he hands you. Don't make handshake agreements. God, we had a couple PAs. Well, they're in hell now because the devil. But, if you're cool, he's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes. That's what I've always heard about him. Yeah. That, yeah. Play by his rules and you're all right.
Huh? I haven't signed anything in the past 20 years because I know he's around.
Oh. So you have been protested pretty regularly by religious groups. This culminated most recently in, of course, the little dust up between the actor who plays Dr. Scratch and the Pope. Actually, got into a verbal altercation that turned into a physical altercation, and then into an altercation involving small arms. And I just want your perspective on, is that like a good thing for your ratings, or is it like a great thing for your ratings?
It's the best thing for our ratings. I'm telling you, if you want success in this industry, you have to give the people what they want. And, sometimes that's small arms conflicts, and sometimes it's drugs hidden in a stump, and then you blame it on the leprechauns because of plausible deniability. And sometimes it's all about schmoozing and lying and, laundering cash. You do what you got to do. It's dog eat dog, cutthroat in here, man. And especially when there's this strike going on, we have to do so much extra work. It's crazy.
Even dealing with the devil. We have a literal deal with the devil. Have a deal with him.
Okay, the devil.
The devil. Also, if you've seen the video on YouTube of him fighting with the Pope, it's amazing. They're shouting in Latin, and then they switch to like a language that can't be understood by humans, except the Pope, who's like human 0.5. It's oh my god, it's got like 3 million views. All those go directly to the show, consequently.
They tried to take it down, but I mirrored it. It's they can't take it down.
Yeah, the man knows his proxies.
Well, season 4 of me and my leprechaun buddy work for Satan is going to be premiering this fall. Thank you so much for joining us, gentlemen. Again, my guests have been Miles Goff and Alfred Miller, the showrunners of hit TV show. And we'll be right back after these words from our sponsor.
And don't forget, it is on USB, so send us a self-addressed stamped envelope and we will send you the USB to watch the show.
Untraceable. Oh my god. My leprechaun. So it's an isekai anime, apparently.
Apparently.
Oh my god, dude.
That was fun.
That was a good one, dude. Nice. Yeah. The questions were fantastic. They were just outlandish enough that we could roll with them, but they weren't like, when did you go to the moon? Okay. Like, that was great fun, and I definitely drifted to Scottish like 5 times during that.
I felt like that was kind of the joke.
No, I'm just terrible at least the Irish accent. Irish accent tough.
Okay, well, with that chat show, potentially the first one ever, we have concluded our promised run of segments. And if you were here at the beginning, you will recall I said that would be it. So that is it. If you enjoyed anything about this show in particular, please head over to wastingallthetime.com/vote. Let us know what part of the episode you liked the best. At the end of the year, we will take all those submissions, put them out for review, and come up with our list of top 10 scenes of the year. And I hate to be the bearer of chronological news, but the end of the year is not so far away. So freak out and then send in your scenes. If you'd like to contact us about anything else, then wastingallthetime.com/contact is the place to go. Until next time, when we'll be doing A Plot Thickens, I have been Dave.
I was John.
And I was Cody. You don't want to be next to intro, John.
And we wasted all the time. Bon voyage.
But
good night, folks.
Congratulations, you've made it to the end of another episode of Wasting All the Time, an improv comedy podcast. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you really enjoyed the show, support us at patreon.com/timewastepod, or go to wastingallthetime.com. I want to hear more from that character, John.
The one that is clearly the devil.
Yes.
I never actually picked up on that.
Oh, really? Oh, I thought with the bowler cap and umbrella thing, you were like referencing that character I played in the short film we didn't finish.
No, I wasn't thinking about the 24-hour or for whatever it was. No, I was just thinking it sounded kind of like a Britishish accent.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I was sort of that inspired me to sort of justify that by saying you were an exchange student.
Right.
Which could play into
right. No, I liked that because it was like, oh yeah, an exchange student and we don't say from where.
But yeah, no, okay. Well, and it worked either way. So
yeah.
Was FDR the New Deal?
Yes.
Oh God, I completely guessed.
Good guess.
Hey,
Yeah.
Well
even
done.
a broken clock, right?
Even a broken clock, FDR.
Hang on, spend a time around Gallaglass. I think I'd have Irish down, but no. I immediately want to go right into the brogue.
Right, yeah.
I should have
Yeah,
just
the way that
Scottish.
Yeah, the way that I learned how to differentiate them was that Irish is a little bit more up here.
Yeah,
It's a little bit more in the
Yeah.
mask, and it's got that little bit of a lilt to it. It's got more of a rhythm to it.
Yeah,
Scottish is just kind of like
Fuck
down
you.
here in the a little bit
Don't.
more in the back of the throat, and they don't always shout. Is a common misconception. They're often very soft spoken, but it still is that sort of good amount of vocal fry.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Doing my best.
Yes.
I suppose.